Hey, Corinne here, creator of Speckled, the tool that helps PMs build the right thing at the right time. Today, we're going to be talking about saying no. Specifically, how you can say no to customers and stakeholders with class and style so that you can maintain control of your roadmap without burning any of your bridges. I know what you're probably thinking. I hate saying no. Well, me too. But with practice, you'll get better at it. And with experience, you're going to realize that saying no is an essential part of being a successful PM. But why are we so afraid of saying no in the workplace? Well, first, it's uncomfortable. It is pretty much the definition of conflict. So most people avoid conflict, therefore we avoid saying no, and we instead kind of say, yeah, to things, which is no good. The second thing is that you're afraid of burning bridges. You need to maintain a good working relationship with people, and you think that saying no is going to make them not like you. But we don't think that's true. So we actually think you should say no more often, and here's why. First, so people will respect your role. As a PM, your job is to protect the roadmap. You need to deliver what's on there on time. And by letting people add things that you kind of say yes to but don't really quite agree with, it's actually kind of sabotaging your own success as a PM. So saying no helps you maintain control of the roadmap and do your job better. Another thing is that you're going to enjoy less stress. Yes, it may be uncomfortable at first to say no to people, but in the long term, you're going to, feel a lot better that you can actually focus on what's important. And you won't have to do that awkward, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to avoid Tim in sales because he keeps asking me to do things and I know we shouldn't do them, but I don't want to say no. Like, that's no good either. So by saying no, you just kind of get that over with. All right. So we covered why you should say no more often. So now let's talk about the 3 things you need to do to say no with style and class. So number 1 thing, empathize and gather your thoughts. I know a lot of the time something comes in and you're like, what the heck was this person thinking? But you got to realize that they're coming from somewhere. Like, you got to get into their mindset and figure out why they asked for something. And that helps you become a better PM. You need to understand why people are asking for things, get inside of their head. And another thing you should do is just assume the best intentions. Like, this person probably wasn't requesting this to be a jerk. They probably had a very valid reason. So once you've kind of empathized with what they're asking for, it's time to kind of come up with a reason for why you're saying no. Then, we don't feel like doing this isn't really a great reason. Some good ones might be, we don't have enough resources to accomplish this right now. It doesn't align with the vision, and we have other higher priority things to take care of. So step 1, empathize and gather your thoughts. So step number 2 is to say no without saying no if you can. A lot of times people will come to you with a request, and there's often a very good workaround that you can help them implement that doesn't require your engineering team's time. Maybe there's a Zapier flow that you can set up. Maybe there's a script. Maybe it's a SQL query. Try to find some other way to solve their problem if you can. Another thing is to let them know if there are other similar things on the roadmap that may also match their goals for this specific request. And another thing you can do is you can ask them to gather more evidence for you and help them build a stronger use case that you'll reconsider in the future if it is a strong use case. So step 2, say no without saying no if you can. And step number 3 is to let them know that you appreciate their request. Not everything that's going to come in is a good idea, but some things will be good ideas. And you don't want to discourage people from coming to you and presenting new possible features or opportunities. You want to encourage them to do that. So if they come to you with something, even if you think it's a little bit silly, make sure you let them know that you appreciate that. So, no is not a negative thing. You were hired to guide the product vision, and if you say yes to everything, you won't be able to do your job successfully. So saying no is just a part of the process, and it's something that as a PM you're going to have to learn to embrace. So next time you're presented with something that doesn't align with your product vision, try the steps we covered. It may be uncomfortable, but your roadmap and your team will thank you for it. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter by heading to getspeckled.com/blog. Drop your email there, and every Sunday we send out the top 3 product stories of the week, curated specifically for PMs at startups and small businesses. In the meantime, happy naysaying.